Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 27 of the Galactic Window Space Podcast. My name is Nick. I am semi-casually known as the Orbital Alliance.
And I'm Tan, also known as Chasing the Milk.
It's good to have everybody join us here tonight on a Monday. We're in December now. It's post-Thanksgiving. We're cruising into the new year very soon. So let's end this one really well, the best we can. Just want to say hello to everyone joining in the live chat. Thank you for being here. Be sure to participate in the comment section, the live chat on the side. Let us know who you are and where you're viewing from. We'd love to say hello back. And
Yep.
If you're watching in the replay, good to have you back as well. We hope you're enjoying your week whenever you end up tuning in. But yeah.
Also, if you guys are over on the talk, be sure to come over here on the other platform where we can actually hang out with you out here. Unfortunately, I won't be able to see your comments and I won't be able to reply, but if you come over and type in the Galactic Window over on the YT, you can hang out with us.
That's what we're talking about.
How you feeling, dude?
What's that?
So how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I was a little bit sleepy this afternoon. I jammed my gullet with a big old bag of Mickey D's. It's been a minute since I've had it, and I satiated myself with a McRib. Ooh, oh yeah.
I don't remember the last time I had one, but they're so good.
Oh, they're fantastic. I look forward to it every year. It came just in time, and I feel like I was starting to go into a food coma right before the episode tonight. So I'm I'm feeling it, but I'm bouncing back because going live certainly gets the adrenaline pumping.
Yeah.
You know.
Awesome. Oh, Market's in here? Yo, what's good? Market from the talk. Hello, Kayla.
Welcome in. Yeah,
good to see you over here, man. It's nice over here. It's nice and cozy. It's a different experience. It's a lot less chaotic, I think.
It is. It's a chiller place, but also I think I don't know. I enjoy it in a different way, and maybe a better way sometimes. But but yeah, if you are new here, the Galactic Window Space Podcast is here to help you learn and enjoy all things space and astronomy. You don't need to know anything about those topics whatsoever to be listening tonight, or to replay and your replay listen whenever you are checking this out for the first time. You just show up and hang out, have a good time with me and T-Man Tan and
T-Man. I like it.
T-Man Tan, and you'll have a good time too. Be sure to ask your questions. Leave them in the comment section or leave them in the live chat, and we'll do our best to help you be learning something. Tan and I are going to be talking about space in the winter and things like that tonight. We're also going to be doing a little bit of like an Astro AMA. So tonight's kind of going to be framed up as almost like an ask me anything, ask us anything, an AUA. So get your typing fingers ready. And let us know what you guys are thinking about. But yeah, we always want to make sure that there's a good and accessible platform for everybody to be learning about space. I don't think space should be blocked off to certain
We're going to
people.
gatekeep it.
Right. It's only for the astrophysicists.
Only for
professors.
nerds.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, you got to do push up the glasses. It's for everybody. And, like me and Tan, we're both just like normal blokes chilling about our house, and we discovered astronomy and we started doing stuff, and here we are doing a podcast. So why not you guys too, right?
Let's see. We got Nina in here. Hey, Milk, it's cold. Awesome.
Ooh, it is cold.
It is cold. It is very cold. Yeah. So again, if you guys are new here, welcome in. If you guys are over on talk, unfortunately, I can't see your comments. We're experimenting. We're doing this thing where we're streaming a stream. So if you guys actually want to engage with us and say hi and maybe have one of your comments featured, just come over on the YT over here. Just go on YouTube and type in Galactic Window. But grab a drink, grab some snacks, and like Nick was saying, tonight's going to be super chill. We've had a heck of a lineup of guests on the show. Last week, just for example, we had a nighttime wedding photographer, which is really incredible. And then, the week before that, we had the wife of an astronaut on the show, which was pretty insane. So we will try to bring as much cool guests as we can. And sometimes we'll just sprinkle in just Nick and I. So tonight's going to be one of those nights, and we're going to be keeping it pretty chill. So feel free to just engage with us, because tonight is going to be almost like a TikTok stream where we just hang out, keep it chill, and then just hang out with you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm always here for a good chill session. And like you said, dude, we had like 4 guests in a row. It was 4 weeks hot. And
some bangers, yeah.
They're grand slams. And we had Andrew McCarthy on the show.
That's right. Cosmic background.
That was wild.
He's famous, dude.
All right, yeah. And it was a very fun November. It was a record for the show. We had 4 weeks in a row with guests. We never did something like that before. But I gotta be honest, dude. Like I'm actually excited to have like a little bit of a lower key session. Yeah.
We well, it's kind of a long story, but to kind of put you guys up to speed, this podcast that we're doing now, originally this was Nick's thing. He was soloing it until episode 7.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. So Nick was doing this on his own till episode 7, and then he thought it would be a good idea to have me on the show for some reason. And here we are, episode 27. I'm still hanging in there. He hasn't fired me yet. And it's just been an incredible journey. So if you guys know me, you pretty much know how I like to, roll. And if you guys don't know Nick, you're going to get to know him pretty well, because he's pretty much, I don't know, like a white version of me, I think. we both love space, and yeah.
Truer words never spoken. Yeah. We are pretty similar, though. I mean, when I came to hang out with you last month, that was a month ago already, by the way, which is nuts.
Holy crap.
I mean, we had to do like little to no work to mesh our life together. We just kind of like, I showed up and we ran with it, and there was like
white tan.
White.
Dude, if I was white, it would. I don't know.
White tan is an oxymoron.
What would I be like? I'm gonna go eat lasagna. I don't know, dude.
What?
I don't know.
Oh man,
I'm getting canceled this episode.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, I'm horribly offended. I don't even touch lasagna, so it's all good.
All right.
Yeah, but we like we had like no. It wasn't even a difficult time like trying to like mesh our lifestyles together. We instantly just got it. It's like, yeah, we're chill, ride the wave. We enjoy the same food. It's like, let's have a steak. Let's have a Baja Blast at 11:45 p.m. Let's drive an hour here. Let's do that. Who cares? It was pretty easy going. So yeah, I think you're right. We're pretty similar.
It's been a fun ride, man. And speaking of similar, we got the same hoodies on, bro?
Oh yeah, we are.
What?
Yeah, dude. Wear my milk hoodie. Y'all can get one of these too. You know that, right? Everyone in the chat who's watching.
Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that y'all need astronomy?
Yeah.
Here's a perfect way to plug one of my hoodies. It's the only thing I have for sale right now. And you can grab one of these on chasingmilk.com for $44.44.
There you go.
All right. And please only grab one after you have paid all your bills and taken care of yourself and your family. And maybe if you have some change, I will happily sell you one. But yeah, it's one of the best ways that you guys can support me here. My personal merch. And in fact, I've been having everyone who buys merch to send me a selfie, and I have you guys on my website. So it's a really cool way to just have you guys along for the ride. Especially all of you guys that support me. So chasingmilk.com.
I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna share your website here really quick. I'm gonna do a screen share so we can show people. Here's chasingthemilk.com. Dude, did you just redo this? Because it looks fantastic.
The entire page is everything.
It's so good.
Thank you so much.
So you guys are gonna land here, and you can see Astro Tan hang out there. There's a link to his Tickety Talk. Look at this. This is so cool. This is a sick, slick website. And then look, there's us, the Galactic Windows Space Podcast.
Whoa.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah. And then if you go up to the navigation at the top, go to gear. No, merch. Sorry, merch. Wrong gear. And then there it is. Y'all need astronomy hoodie. Click it right there.
Yep.
Boom. And I sent you a picture at one point.
Yeah, if you go to the about, it's under about. If you go
Oh.
to the about tab, you'll see Milk Gang.
Yeah.
I have a list of.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, there's your boy.
Yeah.
There's your boy. Yeah.
There's White Tan.
White Tan.
Yeah, dude.
Look at all these people wearing sick, slick milk merch.
Dude, you know that it makes me so happy to see that. It's like they are just hoodies. It's a material thing. It's what I mean. It's just a piece of clothing. But the fact that somewhere out there in another state, miles away, they're supporting me from afar. Literally makes me so happy. And hopefully it'll inspire someone else to also get into astronomy, because I feel the message y'all need astronomy is so true. A lot of us need it. Now more than ever.
I'm waiting for the day that somebody comes up to me while I'm wearing this and asks me why.
Hopefully it's me.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, that would be crazy, dude. If someone knows.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Get caught in the wild.
Dude, did I ever tell you that time that someone found me in person through TikTok? Like, a follower found me in person.
Really?
Dude, all right. So, for you listeners out there, there is a local astronomy park. And I was doing a live stream. So if you guys didn't know, what I typically do on TikTok is I love streaming the moon, planets, and stars. Anything that involves the night skies, that's what we do here, right? So there's a local astronomy park. And I was doing my usual stream and just hanging out. And I had my telescope pointed at the moon. And then this was late at night. So we're in the dark, right? And then I hear a voice behind me say, "Chasing the milk?" And it's so weird to hear that because people call me by my name in person, right? And I turn around and it's this dude. And basically he's been following me for, I think, about a year. And it was just so cool and kind of weird to hear someone recognize me and then meet me in person.
Yeah.
It's the one time I felt famous.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dude,
Pretty wild.
That is cool. I back in 2012, I won this really big internet contest. I had to make a video and submitted it, and my video kind of went micro viral, and I mean really not that viral, but for me, for somebody who had no success on the internet, getting 80,000 views on a YouTube video was
Damn.
a huge deal, and I was actually wary of going out and about. So I'm are people going to start recognizing me? I had to start thinking about it. What does this mean for me? And the other thing too was I got written about in the newspaper, local newspaper. And I started wondering, this feels weird. There's just exposure now because of this internet presence that I may or may not have. And no one ever did, it's not nearly enough, viral enough, but started to become aware of it, and it's possible. I mean, you met somebody, I bet people who have these huge internet followings just can hardly go out in public sometimes. I was gonna say Dr. Disrespect. you can't be 6'8" walking around with him and not get noticed. But
So is this our sign to stop pushing and stay small?
Maybe, yeah.
All right.
I mean,
this is our last podcast, guys. We don't want to get any bigger. It's too much pressure.
I mean, if my Taco Bell experience starts getting hindered, then that's too far.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I see a few people in here. Ryan, welcome in.
Yo, Ryan.
You're not getting to Portal 1 if people are finding you. True.
That's true.
By the way, real quick, if you guys are over on Talk, I know I'm streaming right now, and it probably seems like I'm streaming on Talk Live, but we're actually streaming a stream. We're over on the other platform, which I cannot say, but you can probably use your imagination. So, unfortunately, I won't be able to see your comments, but if you hop over to the Galactic window, you can hang out in the chat here, and we'll be able to catch you. But no worries. Just want you guys to know that we do a weekly podcast. So if you don't ever see me on TikTok, you know that you can always find us every Monday night, 9 p.m. Central. Find a mortal one, and no one will find you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, except for skinwalkers, maybe.
Oh God.
Mortal one is rare.
UAP and skinwalkers.
Yeah.
Skinwalkers in UAPs.
The wombo combo.
Mm-hmm. What's happening, Gloomy Moss? Welcome in.
Oh, nice. Welcome in. Awesome. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of people from the talk over here. Cool. Awesome. Good stuff.
It is good stuff.
So just a quick little recap. Tonight's gonna be super chill, guys. We've been having a heck of a lineup this past. I mean, honestly, all year. So tonight's gonna be a more casual. You can think of it as like an Ask Me Anything. Get to know the person behind Chasing the Milk and Orbital Alliance. We're just two dudes who fell in love with astronomy and all that comes with it. So feel free to chat with us as much as you can. And again, we can see it over here on the tube, and we can even pin your comment up here too.
Mm-hmm.
Beat the not deer. I love it. Thanks for being over here, man. Good to see you.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, Kayla's got a cool little thing here.
Give some highlights / favorite moments from the November guests. That's a good idea.
Man.
Let's see. Well, I think when we had Andrew McCarthy on, I loved the tips he gave for creating a career out of being an artist. Because he sells his art, and his astrophotography is like this beautiful blend between kind of art and science. And he has created this niche for himself, and he's wildly successful at what he does. And I was always curious, how he turned that into a career. You take these pictures, you manipulate them, you edit them, and you process them, and then you try to get people to buy it. And there was like so many tidbits in that episode that informed me, like what to do, what not to do. Because I do something similar, but not quite the same. But I was just like, how do you become successful in that? And I feel like there was a lot of nuggets, like real good nuggets in that episode regarding that topic. And I was a huge fan of it.
I agree. Dude, it was almost like a business masterclass.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one of the nuggets that I really enjoyed from his episode was the building of urgency when selling something and having like a limited time. So for example, this is a good nugget for anyone who's listening too. If you're trying to sell something, maybe you have a business or whatever you're trying to sell, have some kind of like limited time offer. And like, I know it sounds super cliche because we're, especially right now with Cyber Monday and Black Friday, you're going to see all of these like limited time thing. But think about it. There's a good chance that you're going out in the streets and you're seeing everyone out and everyone's buying these things because there's a small window where you need to buy stuff. So a lot of the artwork that he had, that he was promoting, you could only buy like a certain amount, or you can only buy it within like a certain window. And
or both.
Yeah. So you're like, oh my God, if I don't buy this thing in the next 1 week or after this, then I'll never be able to do it. And that sometimes is enough for you to pull out your debit card. Pretty wild. Yep. Pretty smart.
Yeah. Well, it's confirming of like, when I had a window where I was selling prints and I just had unlimited, you can come in whenever you want and boom, you can buy a print. And then, I think I sold like 2. And he even said the same thing. He's like, unlimited prints, I make almost no money off of. He's like, I only sell stuff that I have a limited time and a limited availability, like quantity. And, if you say I have 65 prints available for the next week, you're going to sell all 65 prints because people love that urgency. And I was like, oh, dang, well, I was definitely doing it wrong. I'm going to rethink my model when I reactivate my shop because it's just, obviously I want to move products. Who doesn't when you own a business? And that just, I'm going to do it,
Yeah, that's giving me a lot of ideas too. Maybe I will only continue selling these hoodies till the end of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, you guys won't be able to buy it.
Yeah.
But it's smart. Yeah,
then you'll have to start making a y'all need hoodies hoodie.
Yeah, y'all need hoodies,
Yeah.
dude. I actually kind of like that.
Hmm. Well, I'll claim 10% commission on every one of those for the idea. Just so you know.
Yeah. Are you using StreamYard? Okay, real quick chat, just another refresher. So yes, we are using StreamYard. It's really difficult for me to see you guys over on the talk just because we are streaming a stream. So if you want to hang out with us, we would love the support over on Galactic Window Space Podcast. So if you go over to the YT and type in Galactic Window, we are live over there right now. But yes, we are using StreamYard.
It's a great platform.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mhm.
It's kind of cool over your chat. All of you guys over in the talk. I see there's 16 of you guys. Come on, hop over here for a little bit. You don't have to stay though. You don't have to stay. You don't have to say hi if you don't want. But just come over here. It's definitely a different vibe for sure. I'm trying to think of some other favorite moments from November's stream here. Let me pin this real quick.
Yep.
So yeah, November we had Cosmic Background, we had Stacey Morgan, right?
Peter Zelinka.
Oh my God, yeah! Holy crap, yeah! Peter Zelinka. Did we? Was there another one?
And Sophia Catherine.
Sophia Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. So there's a lot. Peter Zelinka was incredible because he's someone that taught me a lot of what I know about Milky Way photography and just even deep space photography in general. So we became friends, and the fact that we could have him on the show, just kind of share his side of the story, was really, really cool. It was definitely an interesting thing. And of course, the two other guests, Stacey Morgan, wife of astronaut Drew Morgan.
Yep.
That was just out of this world.
18-hour time difference in that episode.
Yeah.
Between guest and us. That was pretty
Yeah.
dope. It was 3 p.m. Wednesday for us, and it was 9 a.m. Thursday the next day when we were recording that episode.
Yeah.
You know, that was pretty cool.
But we made it. We made it work. And after that, we had Sophia Catherine, nighttime wedding photographer. So if you guys want to check those out, that would be the best way to support us. Again, you can just have it playing in the background while you're on the way to work or something like that. But so cool. And then we have a few more episodes left.
What's going on, Ashley? I see you there. Welcome everybody.
Oh, you guys! Oh, that's all it took was a call to action for you guys to get over here.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Heathrow from? Oh, dude, Heathrow's Garden. Hang on, let me check TikTok.
Okay. James, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, I see a bunch of you chiming in.
What's good?
Yeah, we got some of the fam moving over. This is great.
Yeah, that's
SoCal Gloria. Yo.
By chasing the milk. Gloria's over here. Awesome. What's up, Tan? First time tuning in for the podcast. I'm digging it so far. Oh, cool, James. All right, awesome. So cool. Well, Nick, why don't you give everyone a quick refresher of what we're about and what we do here for the newbies?
You bet. Yeah, absolutely. So last year, 2023, almost not last year because it's almost 2025. I kind of keep convincing myself it's already the new year. I keep finding myself talking about 2024 as last year, but 2023 last year, I decided to start live streaming on this platform. And I thought, you know what, it'd be really, really cool. Is like, I want to expand my circle of astronomical people in my life because I felt like there was like two people that I could ever talk to about space, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, I love space so much, and I want to share this with people that I know also like it. And I didn't know how to do that. And I thought, as I got more immersed in TikTok, I started meeting people like you and all these other folks in the astro community there. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? If this isn't going to happen naturally, I'm going to forge a path myself. And I'm going to make a podcast just like everyone else did during COVID. And I'm going to make a podcast, and I'm going to be one of those guys. And I'm going to start inviting people that I want to meet to the show and make those connections myself. So I did. In September 2023, I had episode 1 of the Galactic Window Space Podcast. And I created, actually, technically for episode 1, it was not even called the Galactic Window yet. I think it was just Space Chat with Nick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think, I did an episode by myself, but it wasn't like official. Then I had Joe on, I had Godfather Astro on for the first episode as like the first formal guest. And I think it was episode 2 when I had Sam Star Kitten on, when I said I need a name for this, because now I've done this twice. I've got to have a consistent name for this show. So I started brainstorming an idea for names, and my YouTube channel is the Orbital Alliance, and that's already a nerdy name. And for those of you guys who don't know, like, obviously it's like, well, what the heck does that mean? It's an homage to two things. Number one, it's an homage to astronaut Ron Guerin's The Orbital Perspective, which is sort of like the overview effect, which is like when you go to space and you look at Earth, your perspective on life changes when you realize that we're all one planet and we all live in the same thing. Our differences, wars, our problems, like, don't seem so big. We can actually solve them because you now have seen our entire planet. It's that changing of your DNA almost that happens. And I loved The Orbital Perspective. There's actually a book. I have it right here. Bear with me. Because I'm too excited about it.
He's getting into it, chat.
I am. Here it is. This is the book, The Orbital Perspective. I loved this concept, and it's kind of like in my DNA now, even though I haven't been to space. You can have the orbital perspective, even though you haven't been to space. So I took that, and then I also am a huge nerd. I love Star Wars, so the Rebel Alliance was a really big influence. I was like, well, let's make it like a nerdy space military like sounding kind of name. So the Orbital Alliance is like where that came from. But I also wanted to carry that into the podcast too. I was like, it's got to have a nerd reference. So I thought, well, what's the opposite of the Rebel Alliance? It's Star Wars. It's the Galactic Empire, But obviously, I don't want to have an evil podcast. That's not the point. But I thought if I'm inviting people on the show, I was like, what's the point of having people there? Like, obviously I want to get to know more people myself, but I want to share the stories of these people with the audience, the people on the internet who are listening or watching. So I came up with this concept called the Galactic Window, which basically is like every single human has their own galactic window, aka when you look at the night sky, you see it differently than the next person, and then the next person. So I wanted to give the world a chance to look through as many galactic windows as possible and to understand how you see space and how this person experiences the night sky and how this person's connected to space through doing this thing, like maybe making art, or it's their husband who's in space and they're watching him on the International Space Station, or maybe it's a wedding photographer who wants to include stars in someone's immortalized wedding moment. Everyone sees and interacts with space differently. So I was like, how can I feature this concept? Like, let's peer through the galactic window of unique individuals on planet Earth. So that's really what it is. But and then ultimately it's a throw to the Galactic Empire because I'm a huge nerd. So
nerd alert, nerd alert.
That's the not so short explanation. I realized I just kind of went off there, but that's kind of what it is.
Dude, I was digging it, man. I was like, dude, I can listen to this all night.
So yeah, the Galactic Window continues, and the name stuck since episode 2, and we're still going at episode 27. And the road doesn't end here, that's for sure. I want to look through as many galactic windows as possible. There's so many cool people in the world, and there will never be a shortage of unique individuals to learn about space through their stories. And I think it's been so much fun to do that with you and to meet the people we've met so far. Like, it's nuts. Like, when we started doing this together this summer, like, I did not think we'd meet half the people that we've gotten to meet, right?
Yeah, dude. It's been a crazy ride. And for those of you guys that don't know, Nick and I actually met through TikTok. It started out just hanging out, and one day he was like, you know what? Oh, did my computer just crash? Are we good?
I can hear you, but your camera has stalled.
Oh no! Take over for a second.
I got you. I just want to. Hey, I see Joe in the chat. Joe, I was just talking about you like 5 minutes ago. You must have felt it in the force.
Yeah, I think so, dude. It's strong. It's strong for sure.
Let's get woo woo up in here.
Is it black over there?
No, you see your face, but you're still framed.
Okay.
So you're just stuck. But I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
No audio hindrance. Your ears were burning. Yeah, totally. Through the waves of the internet. I was talking about how you were the first guest on the show. I was kind of giving a history of the Galactic Window and how your episode, Joe, technically was the only episode not to be called the Galactic Window, but I developed the name for the show by episode 2 with Star Kitten, and then I went back retroactively and edited the thumbnail and the title of the video and called it the Galactic Window episode 1. So, Tan will be back here in a second. He's gonna reboot his camera. So that was kind of the rundown. So bad that you had to change the name. Not true. So good that we had to keep going. That's more accurate. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's been a fun run. So Tan and I have been talking a lot about what we're going to be doing for the end of the year on the show. And we have some really, really fun ideas. Obviously, Christmas is coming up. We're going to be doing some, fun things for that. And then the end of the year, we're going to make an extra special episode. And so hopefully you guys stick with us every week going into, I think December 30th is our last episode on a Monday. That was, I think that's the date. Yeah. So we're going to be doing some fun things on that one. So make sure you guys are sticking around. So we got 4 more episodes riding through the end of the year. Episode 31 will be the final episode of 2024. And then Tan and I have also been, let's do a little bit of a spoiler cast here because I'm just a little bit too excited, and let's just like drop the curtains here a little bit. So we've been, if you guys watched episode 22, if you haven't, go back and watch it. It might be my favorite episode we've ever done. Tan and I did a live and in-person episode. I drove out to him in St. Louis, and we got to hang out face to face. We did outside at night, streamed over Starlink, SpaceX Starlink, which was super cool. And we liked it so much, we decided we're going to do more of those. So we're actually trying to come up with an increased cadence of live in-person episodes, because of course the remote, like Zoom call style ones like we're doing here now, they're great and they work and they're really reliable, but they always add that delay, that conversational delay that's never that ideal. But we decided, let's take the experimentation we did in episode 22 and let's apply it to future episodes, and let's do it in cool places. So let's not just like do it in our house or, maybe out in a park at night again. But let's actually go to places like observatories and science centers and museums, or like actual space facilities. Like it'd be so cool if we go to like Kennedy Space Center and do a podcast, or something to that effect. So we have so many ideas in our head, trying to decide how we're going to execute on that type of an episode going into 2025. So amongst epic guests, we'll also be doing live in-person episodes more frequently. Of course, those require travel and money. So like we do have to do a little more coordination. Not that the weekly episodes aren't free either, but they're certainly a lot cheaper and less time consuming. But what we can do is we can do space out like exterior episodes, and we can try to make them happen maybe on a quarterly basis at the quickest. So you guys leave a comment in the comment section and let us know, what are some cool locations that you think would be cool to do one of our podcasts in. Let us know what your ideas are. Where might you go? Hold on, I'm coordinating with Tan here for a second. He's popping back in a little bit. Thank you guys for hanging out with us while Tan works out his camera issues. Let's see here. It was fabulous with the camera and iPads, lights, and wind. You managed it all well. Thanks, Gloria. Yeah, it was. Aside from one of my lights breaking, that everything went really, really well. And the wind kind of made it a little bit exciting, to be honest. Doing all the lights and stuff outside at night, it tricked all the crickets, spiders, and snakes to come to the concrete pad that we were on. So that was fun. We had creatures all around us in the middle of the night. So maybe we'll do it inside when we do our next episode. Griffith Observatory. I've been there in California at Los Angeles. beautiful place. They have a Tesla coil in there. That's super awesome. I would love to go back there. Does anybody have connections to Griffith, like people who work? That'd be super cool. Tan's back.
Yo, sorry about that. This is my DoorDash.
Oh, nice.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was
Dude,
like,
that was weird.
I thought you got a McRib, man.
I think the force was strong. I think things got a little woo-woo. That's never happened.
No, yeah.
I had to completely restart everything. Everything just froze.
Oh, dang.
So
Well, that's okay. I'm glad it worked. Good
we're back,
troubleshooting.
chat.
We back. I'm asking people to submit suggestions for places that we should go to
Let's see.
to do live episodes, like in-person episodes.
Ooh.
So Gloria said Griffith Observatory in LA. Also
Bro,
Joshua Tree.
yes.
I've known people who've gone to Joshua Tree. I have not been there myself. The Godfather Astro Backyard Observatory. Yeah.
Ooh.
Sorry, Joe. That one's a little too far for me to travel.
Sophia's in here? Yo. Let's go.
For the record, Joe lives like 20 minutes away from me. So
I'm in. Joshua Tree, Utah Salt Flats.
Sophia.
Yes.
You guys, Galactic Window veteran here in the chat. Welcome back. We didn't scare her away, Tan.
Nice.
Sophia,
Nice.
I've been shopping for katanas for you. Just to let you know, Black Friday deals have just not been cutting it. There it is. I was like,
Took
come
me
on.
a second.
I was like, come on, that was a killer pun.
Alex, I don't know, man. Things got.
You missed it.
Oh no. Dang
I
it.
said it was a killer pun.
Oh, dang it. I'm still trying to get back in the groove after that weird.
Yeah, that blip.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What's for dinner? Well, I just had dinner like an hour ago, and I'm sleepy. So probably no more dinner for tonight. But I had a hot pot. I had Korean barbecue earlier.
Black Kettle National Grasslands. I've
Where's
never heard of that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up right now.
Why do I feel like that's in like North Dakota or something? I don't know.
That
I'm
sounds like
taking a
it's
guess.
Sounds crazy.
Where is that place?
It is.
Black Mesa. Is that a fall or a Half-Life reference?
Black Mesa is actually where Okie-Tex is.
Oh, Oklahoma.
Yeah. Wait, both of these are in Oklahoma. Nature and Wildlife Area in Cheyenne.
Okay.
Roger Mills County, Oklahoma. Let's do it. I'm down.
Moon Beach, Laguna Beach, California. Okay. Western Oklahoma. Yeah, got it. Okay. Yeah, you'd know all about that place. I've only been to Tulsa and driven through Oklahoma to get to Texas before, but I've not gone out west.
You know what, dude? We still have to do that Montana Milky Way trip.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Have any of you guys been to Montana? Let us know in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Known as the Big Sky State, because it's just open 360 views of the night skies. That's a dream come true, man.
Dude, we should definitely talk about it. Do like what if we can pull off like a midsummer, prime milk season?
I'm in.
Montana is dope. I'm like hours from there. Ooh, jelly.
Is it that close? It is on the border, isn't it?
That's true. Yeah. Glacier National Park. Ooh, yes. Mm-hmm. Always good. Well, anything's better than Illinois. So
Yeah. In misery.
the hidden gem mountain town in Alberta, Canada, is right above Montana. Waterton. Oh, okay.
Whoa,
Hidden gem.
I had no idea. Yeah, that's cool. I'm in.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, I'm in.
Dude, Tan, do you have your passport?
I've lost it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no! So someone's out there posing as chasing the milk.
Yeah.
Oh dang!
You know what sucks, man? I had so many stamps on that thing.
Mm.
I had so many really cool countries, and yeah, I need to get my passport.
Dude, yeah, you got to do it. I've now left. I've left the country twice, ever in my life. But I left twice, and they never stamped the pages for me.
What? That's
I mean,
the
it
best
was
part.
it was Canada, so it was like maybe they just don't care as much because it's I don't know, we're just cool neighbors and they just don't mind. But like
Like, do I have to?
but I was looking so forward to the stamps, man. Like I was like.
God.
I got my passport for the first time. I can't wait to get my stamps, and then they didn't give me the stamps.
We need them stamps. We
So-
need some stamps. Ooh, we got someone over from the talk.
Hey, the real mimosa, nice.
The real one. We've been getting so many of the fake ones. I'm glad we finally got the real you.
No, you have to request the stamp. You have to ask for it. That's not a thing, is it? That's crazy.
I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
The big maple leaf, right? Dude, can I tell you about my experience going into Canada for the first time?
Yes, let's hear it.
So I was, like I said, it was the first time I had my passport. I'd never gone through a border check. I was driving. So I was like terrified. I was like, what are they going to do? Are they going to like take me out of the car in the middle of the checkpoint and like pat me down? I don't know what they're going to do.
Throw you around.
I'm like, I have no idea what to expect. So I pull up to the gate and I looked at the lady and she just stared at me and she goes, and I asked, what do you need from me? I've never done this before. And she's like, I just need $3. I'm like, what? And
Give me money.
it was the American side of the bridge. So you had to pay a toll to get over the bridge. So I was like, okay, so like this is something. So I paid her $3, went over, and then I get to the other checkpoint, the Canada side, and this guy, I didn't know what to expect from the border agents. This dude was just staring me down, and like they should, they should be doing this. And he was staring me down, and he grilled me hard. Like he asked me like 30 questions. He was like, have you ever, been arrested for anything? I was like, no. And he's like, are you sure you haven't been arrested for anything? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And then he's like, do you have any, like, I don't want to say it because I don't want TikTok to get tripped, but do you have any, like, substances or, like, things that can harm people? He said other words. And I was like, no. And I'm like, he's like, are you sure? Like, you absolutely sure you do not have any substances or things that can harm people in your vehicle? I'm like, I absolutely do not. Do you have?
Damn.
And he started asking me about my job. He's like, is that how you? I was like, I'm a content creator. He's like, do you make money from that? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, do you actually make money from it? I'm like, yes, not as much as I want to be, but I was like, I make money from this. Dude, like, I was sweating.
Terrifying.
I was sweating so hard. And then
I
he's
would
like,
have folded, bro. I would have been so scared. I'm like, yes.
I'm like, dude, you're making me feel suspicious. Like, I'm going to start finding reasons to be suspicious. But then he asked me why I was going to Canada, which again is a good reason. He should be asking that question. And I was driving there to go see astronaut Chris Hadfield. He was doing a meet and greet in the town of Sarnia, which is where he lives and where he was born, which is right on the border. So it was in Sarnia already. And he's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to Chris Hadfield Airport to see astronaut Chris Hadfield. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I'm coming to Canada to see an astronaut. And then he goes, how long are you going to be here for? I'm like 6 hours. He's like, and then you're going home? I'm like, yeah, then I'm going home. Like, I'm not staying here. I'm like, I'm literally here for the day and I'm driving back home. He's like, okay, whatever. And he's like, get out, go on, going through. Like, after like making me sweat bullets, then I had to give him like the most bogus reason I was coming into the country. Was I'm coming here to see an astronaut. Like, and I'm like the least suspicious dude on the planet, man. Like, yeah. I can't keep a straight face to save my life. I was like the giggliest kid in fourth grade. And here you are asking me if I've got like substances and am I bringing checks worth more than $10,000? And I don't know. That's my story. So I didn't get my freaking stamp. So
all that, no stamp?
Right. I earned that stamp.
Oh my God.
Sophia, call your border agents and tell them to do better.
Dude, I gotta shout out to Ian. Ian, if you're still in here, say hi. Ian is do you know Ian by any chance?
I do not know Ian. I don't think I do.
All right. Well, dude, somehow we made it on his YouTube feed, which is probably a good thing. he's Ian's a pretty incredible dude. Yo, that's freaking awesome. I feel like we made it if we came up on his YouTube. He's also a content creator, super
Cool.
talented, and I think, let me know if I'm wrong, but I think he's close with like, Bray and all those guys in that
Dang.
space.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so cool, man. Awesome. Welcome
Yeah, what's
in.
up, Ian?
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm stoked to hear though that it popped up on your YouTube homepage feed. That's a really good news.
We're doing something right.
Yeah. Send it, YouTube. Do your job and help
Yeah.
us out.
Yes.
You know?
Dude, now I'm scared if we go to Canada, we're gonna run into that same guy.
Yeah, you're right. I know, right? Well, and it's funny, on the way back on the Canadian side, I got asked like 3 questions. It is like, where are you going? I'm like, home. Where's home? Here's where I live. And he's like, you bring anything with you? I was like, no. All right, have a good day. It's like they couldn't get rid of the American fast enough.
Damn.
Like, get out of here, Yank.
Dude, I love this comment from JC.
Why did you go to Canada? For Tim Hortons. That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, I had my first Tim Hortons this summer.
What'd you think?
It was good. It was good. I had a breakfast sandwich, I think. And what are the donuts called? There's like the donut holes. They have a name. There's like is it like Timbits? Timbits?
Timbits.
I think they're Timbits. Honestly, I would drive from Texas to Canada for Tim Hortons. Yeah. Agreed.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Let's see. Yeah, Bray, Trev, Nico, all the Astro homies.
Oh,
Cool,
sweet.
man. That's awesome.
Those some good connects?
Yeah, how's the Astro life on your end, man? Like, what have you been up to?
Dude, it's been quiet, man. I haven't done much since the Comet and the Aurora show in October.
You know what? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about maybe why, or at least from my experience. And let me know if you guys are in the chat right now. Let me know what your thoughts on this. But I feel like every winter I get really excited because we just have a whole new set of skies, and Orion's up and tons of cool stuff to see. It seems like the air is a lot more crisp and it's nice, but it's cold, man, and it can get pretty brutal. It's I think it's like 20 something degrees right now, 28 maybe. And even if the skies were clear, man, it's really tough to strap your boots in and get out there just to shoot. So I don't know. What's your take on this?
Yeah, I'm about 6 hours north of you by drive, and it's 18 degrees Fahrenheit for me, so it's 10 degrees colder. But yeah, I took out the trash the other night, and we finally had a clear night, and I'm like wheeling the bins down to the curb, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, do I really want to be out here right now? I'm like, I love space, and it's clear tonight. I can see some planets, but I was like, man, I don't know what happened. I was like, I've been out and done live streams in like single digit temperatures before. I've done photography, at night in frigid, nasty temperatures, but there was just something that was like, I just don't know if I have it in me right now to go outside. I'm just owning my weakness, but it certainly is a factor when you do visual astronomy, astrophotography, and you just have to realize, what might be compromising my joy as I'm doing this, and I think mental toughness is important as your telescope. I think you've got to have it, and if it's a skill that is exercised, it's a muscle that needs to be developed, and it affects you in moments like when I was taking my bins out the other night, because I haven't been out in a while. I haven't used my scope in what feels like months, and had I been training that internal muscle a little bit more, I think I would have been like, instead thinking, oh, clear skies, I can't wait to get my telescope out. I don't care how cold it is. I'll layer up. I'll jog a lap and start sweating a little bit to stay warm. And I would have been out there, but I haven't been utilizing that skill enough. And I found myself succumbing to the cold, and my telescope stayed indoors, nice and warm and unused, which is disappointing, but that's on me. Like, it's totally on me.
Yeah.
But that's just the season we're in. I think I would have been way more excited and, naturally and intrinsically fired up to go outside if it was 76 degrees. you
Yeah,
know, and be like,
for sure.
like I'm cruising out with the bins and bare feet and shorts, and it's toasty warm, and there's a nice cool summer breeze. Like, let's go get the telescope too. But it's just a different ball game in the winter, and you gotta have thick skin.
I agree. We got a few people who mentioned hand warmers, feet warmers make things so much better. They are an absolute must. There's so many other things that could really make it break a imaging session, because like when you're out under the stars taking photos, you're literally just standing there. So like it's really easy for you to get cold, you know. I like to just periodically move around. So if I have some cameras that are set up on a time lapse, I will try to walk in circles just to get the blood flowing. Hand warmers. I see someone notice those little hot hand packs. They're absolutely great. But then like you also have to keep your gear warm. Like frost can build up. So now you have to introduce, you know, like dew heaters and so many other accessories. But like you were saying, Nick, it is another ball game, and there you do have to have a little bit of like mental fortitude, just you know. But we still do it as much as we complain about it. I know I'm just waiting for that next text message from my group of friends saying, "Hey, Tuesday is going to be clear, but it's going to be cold. I'm going to be here. You guys are more than welcome to go." And as I think every person behind that phone is going to be like, "Oh man, this is going to suck," but we're going to do it. And just like most of the other times, it's all worth it, man. It's all worth it. There's that reward at the end, you know. There's all that blood and sweat, or in this case, like ice, frozen ice. But yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah. I like what James had to say in this comment. Mental preparation goes a long way for harsh environments. If you're looking forward to the opportunity, it'll be easier to get out there. I think the key part of that there is if you're looking forward to the opportunity. I find when I have something that I'm anticipating, like a space station pass or a Starlink sighting, or I know that a planet's going to be at opposition or something like that, I am way more motivated and willing to go through whatever it takes, no matter what time of day, what temperature, what's the weather. It's those impromptu moments where I'm taking the bins out and I'm like, should I go out? I was like, no, I wasn't planning on it. So, you know, whatever. I'll just wait for the next night. But
Yeah,
I think having a goal, like even paying attention to the weather, like, hey, it might be clear on Tuesday, you know, and I don't have a goal, but like I know it's clear. So maybe I'll at least keep it in mind that I might put that into the rotation. Like, let's go outside. I think that might make the difference sometimes.
agreed.
But I don't know. Those are all good thoughts. I
Yeah.
keep seeing some really great comments here too. Venus, Artie Jones said Venus can be seen with the moon Wednesday night. No scope needed at sunset.
Sheesh.
That's right. The moon is coming around for another lap. Is it a new moon right now?
I think we just passed
Or-
it.
Just past it. I
don't
missed
know,
it.
I
I
could
was
be
looking
wrong.
for it tonight, but I haven't checked out the phases
see.
in a hot second.
Yeah.
So that means it's going to be a beautiful, crisp, waxing crescent moon.
Little
So-
fingernail.
Yeah, tiny little fingernail. Going to be passing the ever bright Venus in the evening after sunset. I saw it tonight. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, Venus is one of those things where I don't know. Like I don't ever recall noticing Venus before I got into astronomy, and I'm really surprised I didn't, just because it's there. It's like really hard to miss.
Yeah.
But it's one of my favorite things to look for in the you know, during sunset. Now, it's just it's the first thing you see. It's nice. It's beautiful.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ian asked, what scopes are you guys rolling with? What are you rolling with, Tan?
All of them are collecting dust right now. Let's. I got out of deep space, Ian. So like my main scope that I used for deep space was the 8-inch Rasa. So that was kind of like my go-to, and I have a 7-inch Mac that I use for visual observations. But somewhere within the last, I think, year, maybe year and a half, I just became uninterested in doing deep space and started focusing more on just visual. So there's a 10-inch stop that I use, and then if the skies are really good and I'm really wanting to brace the cold, there's an 18-inch Dob as well. So I'd say those two are kind of like what I've been mostly using, just because I've been having such a blast with the visual side.
Hmm.
How about
That's
you,
good
Nick?
stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm not that fancy. I'll say that. I have had the same telescope since 2008. It's an 8-inch Newtonian reflector, no bells or whistles. It's manually operated,
Love
just classic for observation. So I just love to look through it. But I also rig it up to do space station photography,
it. Ooh,
which
your
is
favorite.
not the ideal scope to do that with. I'll tell you that for free. I just totally wish I had a different scope for that. But I also bought that when I was not hoping to do that. I didn't buy that scope anticipating to do International Space Station photography. That was not anywhere on my radar. I just wanted to see cool things. So, but it's been Old Faithful, tried and true, love it. It's got its dings and damages from traveling with it, and it's a great scope. And it's I've done the math. What is it? 16 years, I think.
Damn, dude.
I've had it for 16
The
years.
Old Faithful.
Yeah, right.
They're great, dude.
Almost half of my life I've had that telescope, which is cool. But I do want to get a second scope one day, a bigger mirror, probably a Dobsonian, or a Schmidt Cassegrain, so I can do better space station photography with a tracking mount. That would be the goal. Get more stable shots, bigger aperture for a bigger mirror for more light collection, better detail, better resolution of the space station. That'd be my ultimate goal.
Yeah. The best telescope is the one that gets used. I love this so much because it's true. Yeah. It
Same
is
thing with
true.
cameras. I've heard the best camera is the one in your hand.
I love it.
So you don't criticize yourself when you're taking a photo with your phone and be like, oh, well, I wish I had my Sony A1.
Yeah. It's easy to do that too. I mean, I'm guilty of it still, you know? It's funny that we do that. We do things like that. We always just want like the next thing, or always compare it to something.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
SpaceX launch tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Sunset should be spectacular. Wow. Or there's going to be a jellyfish then, huh?
Is that from SoCal?
Some Vandenberg Air Force Base in... Is it Space Force Base now, or is it still Air Force Base?
Do you
That's
want
where they
to
launched
flight
from.
real quick?
Yeah. That'll be exciting. So when it launches, the sun will have been set, or mostly, on... when is the sunset right now? It's probably around 4:30. Maybe there won't be a jellyfish. Sometimes it has to be like a little bit later. Like the plume of the exhaust will like expand, and then if it's like dark on the ground but the sun is still up in the sky, like below the horizon but lighting up the plume, it glows and it looks beautiful. It is Space Force Base. Okay.
I need to see one of those.
Let us know how that goes. I can't wait. I got to watch
Stream it
for the stream. Well,
let's
SpaceX
see.
streams, I think, exclusively on X now. They stopped
I didn't know
streaming to
that.
YouTube, which was a huge bummer. But
I wonder why.
because Elon, when he switched over and bought Twitter, they wanted to just like push more all their viewership and growth on that platform. Yeah, it kind of was an L for the space community. I will be honest,
dude. What the heck?
because I loved watching SpaceX launches on my TV.
Yeah.
And there is no native app for Xbox for X, so I can't. I can't do. I think you might be able to cast now, and then there's some platforms that do allow for X, but Xbox I don't think there is one yet. So, and my Xbox Series X is my streaming platform for my TV. So, yeah, I won't be happy until they integrate that. Let's see. I saw a comment.
Questions. Yeah, JC or James here. There's a few of them.
Where was it? I don't know where I thought I saw something.
I'll do this one. Did we do this one?
Oh, that was it. Was it up higher? Yeah, there.
What's a solid entry level scope that you guys would recommend for folks just getting into looking upward? Well, I'll give you my answer, James. Um, I always push people to try out binoculars first before anything else because one, they're extremely affordable, and I think it's kind of like a really, really good entry into astronomy. A lot of people just overlook binoculars, and although you're not going to be able to see the same views as a telescope, you can still see a lot with those, and you can get them on Amazon for less than $50. But if you're just wanting to get an actual telescope, an entry scope, I always push people to the Dobsonians. This is kind of I don't think there's like a one answer fits all because it really just depends on what you're trying to do. If you're wanting to just observe or if you're wanting to kind of get your hands dirty and maybe start taking photos right away. I always push people to kind of just like surface level, get started with like the visual side because you can do so much with visual before you want to start getting like taking photos and stuff. So my answer would be to get a Dobsonian. A 6-inch Dobsonian is great. If you can squeeze it, go for the 8-inch. I know there's a bunch of deals right now, so 8-inch Dobsonian would probably be my my recommendation for you.
Beautiful answer.
Thank you.
What I usually tell people is don't buy this stuff from like Walmart or Target most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. Like they've like, if there's a telescope that's like in the science section that's like $50 or something, like usually skip it because most of the time they're just toys. They will magnify a little bit, but I would go with Tan's recommendation and get actually a semi-decent pair of binoculars for cheap because you'll have a more a higher quality experience. But I always recommend people to be willing to put $250 to $400 into their starter telescope, and keeping two things in mind. Know what you want to observe, like what do you want to focus on. I want to, and it can be something as simple as I want to see planets, or I want to see stars, or I want to see galaxies, or whatever. Like just know the things that you want to look at. Or I want to look at the moon. That will help you inform you which scope, because some scopes are geared towards other things. Some are, and most scopes can look at all things in general, but some are a little bit more like skewed. One's better for deep sky, one's better for planets, that kind of thing. But I also think spend a couple $100. But the other side is know or commit to actually using it. That's what it is. Sorry, because I think if you're going to be spending $250 to $400 on anything, like you don't want to drop that amount of money and then put it in a closet for the next 10 years. Like use it once and forget about it. That's like a huge waste of money. Use it as much as possible and make that value worth it. When I bought my scope, I think I spent $650 on it. It's an intermediate level scope and it's great. And I've used it hundreds of times over the last 16 years. It's done incredible photography. It's shown me amazing wonders of the night sky. I've used it a ton. It's traveled with me all over the country. And, that value per use is down to pennies, because I use it a bunch. But if I was like, oh yeah, I'll drop $600 on a scope and use it once this year and maybe once next year, and it just stays in the closet, then like massive, then you're spending $300 per use. That's a massive waste of money. So avoid the cheap toys and know that you're going to be like, commit to using it enough, and a lot of times if you have kids too, kids are really forgetful. A lot of times they forget that they have something as cool as a telescope. Try to incentivize them to like want to get out and do some science and some exploration too, because that'll make the value worth it. So a lot of times these things become gifts for kids too. They open up on Christmas morning and they get a telescope. They take it out the next day and then it's never gets used again. But just try to apply those things as much as possible. That's kind of where I always those are the points I try to tackle rather than like, here's a link, buy this,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well said. I will say, I want to add to this, James. There's a very high chance that just you using it will be enough to get you motivated to use it more, because that's been my experience with using it and then watching other people look through a telescope. I don't think I've ever had anyone look and was just like, yeah, this sucks. You know, there's a pretty high chance that it might even end up ruining your sleep schedule where you're so excited that all you want to do. In fact, I would argue that you should be more concerned of that. It's just being so hooked on looking up. So I say do it, man. Do it. Get a Dobsonian. And if you're not ready for that, then binoculars are a great entry as well, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make it real quick, Nick. I'm going to do another quick shout out because I still see people on TikTok that don't know that we are over on a different platform. So if you guys are over on Talk, just know that I can kind of see your comments, but I can't really interact with you guys. We are streaming over on the Tube. It's called the Galactic Window, and you guys are actually watching a stream of a stream. So just I see 17 of you guys over there. If you want to actually hang out with us and come hang out in the chat where we can actually read your comments, please head over to the Galactic Window over there.
Yeah. Yeah, we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us tonight. It's been a super fun conversation so far. Thanks for your engagement in the chat. Good to have our friends with us. And if you're new here, you are now our friend. So welcome to the club.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
Tan, can I show you something cool that I acquired this week?
Ooh, okay.
So I was I was driving to a family Thanksgiving, and my 5-year-old, we were 20 minutes from our destination on a 1-hour drive. So we were 40 minutes in. My 5-year-old goes, I have to go to the bathroom. And, you know, when you have a kid, you don't just tell them, hey, stick it out 20 more minutes. Like you stop. So we stopped at a random gas station, and we walk inside, and, you know, I'm on the way to the bathroom, and I look to my left. And, you know, gas stations now have toy sections because, you know, kids are, you know, always wanting to buy stuff. And I look over there, and they had like a whole section of like Matchbox toys, like cars and Hot Wheels and stuff.
Yeah.
They had this.
Oh, man.
They had a Matchbox SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule.
What?
Look at this. Look at this.
Bro, how much do you want for it? Dude, that's sick.
$5,000.
Done. No trade backs.
Look at this thing. It's super cool. It's
Dude.
like die-cast metal. It's got really great details. Let's bring it in closer. Can we get the macro focus on this lens to pull? Maybe not.
There you go, right there. What's on the bottom of it? Let me see the bottom.
So it's got a stand. So like it's got a little hole for the stand here. So like if you let's pull it back here. So you can stand it on a table and it'll hold itself up.
I need that.
And
right
it comes
now.
with this like background too. It's like a little cardboard stand up. So it says SpaceX on it.
What?
So you can like set it up on a table in front of it. So
Dude, that's so sick.
it was like $6. So it was an instant grab. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was walking through a gas station and I saw a Crew Dragon capsule. I'm like, I'm buying this. Nobody else touched this. Go buy your Doritos. I'm buying a spaceship today, baby.
You know what's crazy? The people, like the committee who like orchestrates or who decides what gets sold, there's probably that one guy was like, hey, maybe we should have some like SpaceX toys there. And everyone's probably like, yeah, right, dude. Whatever.
Yeah.
Ends
Yo,
up selling
nerd.
Yeah. Lame.
Yeah, the purchasing agent. I hope you get a raise because that was a
Yeah.
good move.
Dude, I'm going to that gas station.
Well, and then he should subsequently get fired for buying a whole bunch of other useless nonsense.
Dude, that's awesome. I love random finds.
Yeah, I was so excited about it. Like, you have no idea. I don't have any SpaceX like ships in my room. I got shuttles for days. You know, I got all kinds of stuff. I even have a Russian Soyuz, but I do not have a SpaceX Crew Dragon.
Dude, one of these days you might have to just give us. You should do a video where it's just like a whole tour of everything you got there.
Yeah,
I already see so much just in the background here.
Right? There's like a ton to this side. Yeah, I gotta like pan my camera just a little bit. I'm not gonna do the tour now, but you can at least see.
Just give them a tease. Just show them a little bit.
I got some bookcases full of stuff here.
Oh my god, bro!
I gotta move my hand there because the focus pull. I got Funko Pops. My telescope.
He's that guy.
I am
Love
that
it.
guy. You can see the moon. I've got. It's mostly Funko Pops. I got my Nintendo Power magazines. 4 Nintendo GameCubes because why not?
Nice.
So I don't know. I'm 5 years
Love
old.
it. I love it.
My daughter is older than me, emotionally.
Space keeps you young.
It does. It really does. I mean, if you're not getting excited on a childlike level about the thing that you do for a hobby, I don't think it's a true hobby. Is that a hot take?
No.
I believe it.
Yeah.
If you aren't giddy like a little child when you're doing the thing that you love, like, oh, I think you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, let us know too. Maybe this is a good opportunity for us to get to know the viewers, like, get to know you guys. Do you have a hobby? Is there something that you're really passionate about? Is there something that keeps you young? You know, whether it's knitting or cooking or playing games, whatever it is, just let us know.
Daniel Zalero, yeah. Oh no, you just put it up at the same time. Hot take for sure. Yeah, it's a hot take. I'll own it. It's a hot take. I'm being extreme, but I do stand by it. I think if I were to water down what I was saying, I think to a more realistic level, I do think it's wildly important to have a whimsical level of excitement around the things that you do for fun, because it just it helps keep you focused and energized and persistent. It keeps you hungry for more. And I would also claim that it helps inspire others. You know, when you are excited, other people are going to get excited. And if you love drawing and someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, what are you drawing?" and you get all excited about showing them, like, there's a high likelihood that person's going to go look up a how to draw video, you know?
Yeah, imagine asking him that. He's like, "Oh, it's just a dragon. I don't really care for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, nah, yeah, it's just a drawing." Versus, "Oh, dude, I spent 16 hours on this. I'm so excited because I'm trying out this new pencil and I got this here." It's really easy to feed into that contagiousness, if that's a word.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I think you should stick to your guns, man, because I'm going to back you up. I would hate for me to get to the point in my life where the thing that I love the most, the thing that keeps me grounded, the thing that makes me really, really happy inside, no longer does that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at that point is when I would probably have to reevaluate things. And it's one of those things, at least in my life right now, that is slowing everything down. So I want that.
Right.
You know?
Well, yeah, because there's enough things in adult life that feel like million brick, ton, like a bag of a million bricks, like weighing us down. Like, why deny yourself the opportunity to choose to be excited about at least one thing, and like unlock the youthfulness inside you that all of us do have. We just most of the time just put it away in a box emotionally, and we just tell ourselves we're not allowed to access it. But once you do, if you give yourself permission to be, that 7-year-old or that 10-year-old or even that like 18-year-old again, like you might just see another side of yourself that you've forgotten about. And, I don't want to be at the end of my life and realize, oh, it's too late,
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot to it. You enjoy making YouTube videos. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Content creator for life.
What type of videos do you enjoy making most? Like vlogs, tutorials,
Yeah.
like I don't know, documentaries, like what? Let us know, Ian.
Making videos is tough, man.
Mm-hmm. You make Disney parks content. Sweet. I love stuff like that. Like Disney World is incredible.
No way. Yeah, I didn't know you did that, James.
And I love getting kind of the latest updates, sometimes even like week by week or day by day from creators like you, because I love to see what's in the like the Star Wars shops, because they update those. Like I've got I bought the like Luke Skywalker lightsaber when I was there last year.
Dude, that's sick. Let me get a close up of that.
Yeah, dude.
Dang, bro.
It works too. It's got a blade that you can. I brought this to Door County.
Okay. Nice.
Here we go. But it's got the blade that you can like add to it. And I bought the stand. But like they have like these high-end lightsaber hilts that they sell, and then they swap out certain ones every now and then. And I was like watching parks creators like James here, because they tell you, hey, they got like the Ezra Bridger or the Cal Kestis lightsaber in this week, and that wasn't there last week. And then if I'm planning a trip, I know that I have to get that lightsaber before it sells out or something.
I'm gonna pin. Let's see. Alex Mercado. I sell Hot Wheels and collect. Let me know what y'all want.
Oh, yo, you got
Do
any
you have
Teslas?
Yeah. Do you have any Teslas? And also, do you have a 2003 Toyota 4Runner or something that looks like that?
Dude, you should get one.
That's-
Yeah,
That's really cool, man. I love that so much.
I've been hunting for the Cybertruck Hot Wheels. For sure. Man. I'm like reading comments here. I'm catching up. Sorry, everybody. Got quiet there for a second.
Real quick. So Lisa, I see you over on real quick again. On if you guys are over on TikTok, I cannot see your comments that well. We're actually streaming over on YouTube. So if you want to hang out with us and actually engage with us, please go over to the Galactic window over on YouTube. This is just a way for me to try to get people from my platform to the other one. So I see your comment, but it's really difficult for me just to see everyone. But Lisa says beating jewelry. That's cool. I like that.
Alex says he has all Tesla. Dude, nice. Got any
What?
white Model Ys? Because that's what I have. I want to get a Mini Model Y. I do have I have a Model 3. Let's see.
Dude, why
Where
do
is
you have
that?
everything that every example that we thought of? You just,
Yeah.
Let me just grab it real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna pin this real quick from Zalira Astro. The struggle with our passions in life is difficult. I am super creative mind, but my ADHD makes piecing things together cohesively seem impossible. Maybe you can break it down. Perhaps breaking it down into something that is more, so you can just focus on one thing, you know. And I don't know. At least for me, I feel like sometimes when I set these goals, sometimes they're just so out there that when I start, I'm like, dude, this is too hard. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. So I don't know. Maybe that might help. But I feel your pain, bro. I feel you.
Here we go. I have this Model 3.
Dude, never been mint condition, never been touched in a glass case.
Well, I think it's like actually sealed in here. This is not my choice. I would keep it in there. I've got so many things in the box, but
That's crazy you have that, dude.
I was at the service center that my car was in for like I don't know, tire rotation or something, and I was talking to the rep, and we were just having a good conversation in the shop, and he was just like, you know what? I'll be right back. And he goes back in the office behind him, and he pulls this out. He's like, here, you want this? I'm like, yeah, I want that. I was like, sweet.
Dude, you got it for free?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. What a cool dude.
Right? Super cool.
He's got one 4Runner? No way.
Bro.
Dude. Bro, I've learned so much about you just within the last like 2 minutes. I never knew you collected Hot Wheels. Isn't that crazy? Just by asking, you figure out what people love doing. And I love all of you guys sharing your story because truly it's the one thing that makes you you. And hopefully you will always be interested in what you love doing.
Ian said, I love creating videos that reconnect people to the night sky. I feel like space and astro is too academic for people, so I want to make it accessible for non-science folks. I think it's a really interesting take because,
Man, I love that, actually.
I do feel like a lot of times people hear a word like astronomy and they just
Whoa,
outclass themselves. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do that. They cower a little bit, and it's like, you know, like, what do I do with this? That's like too many big words, too many weird concepts,
too many nerds.
too many nerds. I mean,
I
well,
was
the number of
definitely
people that just in general think that astrology is astronomy, you know, that enough is a barrier. Let alone if they actually do know the difference, then that's like
Wait, there's
whole
a
new-
difference?
Yeah. Right. Guys, I'm gonna need a new co-host.
Anyone in the chat want to replace me?
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right, dude. It's
Yeah.
I mean, I was definitely intimidated, especially there's this astronomy park nearby, and it's the only park to my knowledge that's open like 24 hours, and it's you basically you can only chill there if you're doing astronomy related stuff. So sometimes we'll get like, you know, teens or whatever people come up there and just like goof off and, you know, drink and do other things, and the rangers will kick them out. But I've been going to this park when I first got into astronomy. It was me just kind of slowly sticking my toe in the water. So I'm like, okay, I'm learning a little bit here, but there's so much that I don't know. And the host of the astronomy club, we're always up there, and this sweet lady would always give me this flyer, and she would just come up to me, "Hey, we're doing this every Friday. You should join." And I'm reading this pamphlet, and I see all these big words in astronomy and telescopes, and I'm like, "No, no, no, this is not for me. I am just here to just see what the stars look like." And I was so stubborn about it, and it was only until I think 4 months in, I finally succumbed. I was like, you know what? I'll check it out. And I went to like a beginner's meeting, and I got to meet other people. And at first, it was super intimidating because our group was much like older people. And I'm like, dude, I do not belong here. I am just an ordinary dude who knows nothing about the night skies. And I found out really quickly that their mindset was pretty much what Ian said. They were trying to bridge the gap between this like incredible, overwhelming thing, and it would just make it easy for like us normies to, just experience that. And ever since then, it's been this incredible experience of like basically me trying to do the same thing for others, and exactly what Ian does with his videos, which is awesome. So respect, dude. I love that, and I feel you.
That's great. When you said in there that, talking about, punks showing up and park rangers kicking them out. Can I tell you my story about getting approached by the police one time?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
So this was back in 2017, maybe 2018. Actually, I think it was 2018. I drove in the middle of the night, about 45 minutes outside of my town. I went to like a rural town because there was a space station transit happening. And this was like one of my first ones I ever done. And I really wanted to nail it. And it was over the moon. So it was nighttime. I set my alarm for like midnight, and the station transit, I think, was at like 2:30 in the morning or something like that. So I drive, 45 minutes out. I wake up. I got all my telescope gear in my back of my car. And I had plotted where I was going to go, because you have to be in a very specific path for the space station transits to see the space station go in front of the moon. So like I looked, and I'm like always trying to find someplace safe. It's like I don't want to park on private property, or be in a place that I shouldn't be. So I try to find common places. So I know, like maybe it's a Walmart parking lot, that's pretty offenseless, or a place like maybe a church, which is like a pretty common neutral place to be, especially in the middle of the night. I know nobody's going to be there. Like, who's going to be upset about somebody being in a church parking lot, which is exactly what I did. So I found this like church parking lot right in the path, and I'm like, great. I show up there. The street lights are on in the parking lot. It's really well lit. There's no cars. And I'm like, this is perfect. And it's right next to a school too. So like I pulled in, I parked, and I hit park on my car. And I kid you not, within 30 seconds, a squad car rolls up.
Got him.
And I know, right? Pulls up. She comes up behind my car, turns on the lights, and puts on the giant like blinders. And I'm like, that
Put your hands up right now.
yeah, like
Get out.
Yeah, I got like a 80 millimeter mortar in my back seat. And I'm like, great, this night's going well. And luckily I got there early. Luckily I wasn't rushed for the shoot, because I have to be there for a very specific second, and if I miss it, it's game over. I showed up plenty early, like an hour and a half early or something.
Yeah.
And she comes up to the window, and she's just like, so how are you doing? I'm like, I'm good. And she's like, well, what's going on? Like, I'm like, you're not going to believe me if I tell you.
Oh, I love it.
And she's like, okay. And I was like, I am actually here to take a picture of the space station in front of the moon. And she looks at me. She's like, that's a new one. I was like, yeah, I bet it is, dude.
I'm surprised she was like, hey, we got a code 345 here. We need to back up immediately.
What is that for? Code for huge nerd on site?
Might be on something.
And huge nerd on something. So she was like, okay. I was like, yeah, I got all my gear in the back, and I'm gonna do pictures of the moon here. I got to be here at a certain time. She's like, okay, that's pretty cool. She ran my license, and she's like, yeah, you're fine. Have fun. And she drove off and left me to be. I didn't get bothered. She's like, yeah, I just wanted to make sure everything was cool. Yeah, it's suspicious of somebody rolling up in the middle of the night to a church parking lot. I'm like, I tried not to be suspicious. you know. But that's my story.
I love it. She
It's a good time.
yeah, I feel like if I were in her shoes and someone told me that response, um, I don't know what I would. I don't know. I don't know what I would think.
I probably shouldn't have been so weird.
That probably would have helped.
Yeah. Well, luckily she could see all the stuff. Like I didn't have tinted windows at the time, so like she could like look in the back and see all this stuff strewn out in the back of my seat and everything. So like, I think she had a good view of like some bags and things like that. But I don't know. I think a lot of explanation goes a long way too. Like a little bit of explanation goes a long way. And I told her what I was doing and why I do it, and people just like a story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got lucky, man. I've been in a similar situation. I've got pulled over. I even had the headlamp. Where I was still wearing my headlamp, and the back seat was just full of telescopes. But it was really late, and I was tired, and I was swerving, and he thought the cop thought I was drunk. But I'm like, dude, I got telescopes back here. I promise. Like, I'm just trying to get home. No drinking here. Just looking at the stars and a little bit tired.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel your pain, bro.
Yeah.
Feel
yeah.
ya.
Man, yeah. Well, it's a good thing to dodge some bullets, though. Because it's like that's the thing. Like our hobby or our craft requires us to be a little bit dangerous. We have to go out late at night. You get tired. That could be a threat to the road. If you've been out for 8 hours and it's pitch black and you're exhausted, you could be dangerous. So you have to be responsible. And like people with narcolepsy or people who drive sleepy, like they say that it's almost as bad as being under the influence. So like we kind of
worse. I would
it
say
is
it's worse.
Can be worse. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we have to have an extra added layer of responsibility and duty, I think.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna read some of these comments real quick. Sorry I missed this earlier, Ian. One of my recent videos is closing on 1 million views. So stoked about it, dude. We're gonna have to check it out. I will have to check it out. Congrats, by the way. That's a huge thing.
That's
That's awesome.
1 million. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. I don't know what I would do.
Celebrate. Get Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Here's a little older one. IP Cello. You like making play food with my granddaughter makes me giddy. It is my favorite thing. Yeah, that makes me so happy. Don't ever stop doing that. And I know your granddaughter appreciates that, and it's gonna be one of her most favorite memories. So you keep on doing that. You keep on being giddy.
Mm-hmm. Keep that child alive.
Yeah. Ashley likes to play with her hamster.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the hamster's name? I think Tan. Oh, here it is.
Same thing.
Peanut. What a perfect name. Peanut.
I had a hamster growing up. Did you have a hamster, Tan? Did you ever have one?
I ate it.
You ate it? What?
I'm kidding.
Hamster bites. Those are the Timbits that we were talking about earlier, wasn't it? Tan bits.
Hey, that's a cool
There we
name.
go.
Hey, I didn't know you had a hamster. That's cool.
Yeah, I had a hamster for, I don't know, like a year or something.
JJ says, "Oh, made the move from TikTok.
Oh yeah, welcome
welcome.
over.
Yeah, everyone
Start
who's
the
over on. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, start the trend.
Yeah. Again, everyone over there, thank you guys so much for watching. Unfortunately, you guys over on Talk are actually watching a stream of a stream. So again, just a quick promo. We do this every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central over on YouTube. So if you guys are on Talk, we would love for your support over here because I can't really keep up with the comments. I see you guys in there, but we're basically focused over here on Tube. So come on over. It's fun over here. It's fun.
Tan, have you ever dreamt about space?
Not yet. I want to really bad.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
How about you?
You could manifest it?
Get a little woo woo.
Yeah.
I want to. I've had some interesting dreams, and dreams are one of those things for me where I wish I remembered more. Like I remember hearing this, and I don't know if this is correct. So if you guys hear me, let me know in the chat. But apparently, from what I remember, I hear that humans, we dream every night. It's just a matter of if you recall them or not. So if that's the case, I will say I will remember a dream maybe once every maybe 7 days, like a week.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes even more. Sometimes I feel like I'll go a straight 2 months without remembering anything, and it makes me so sad because I'll have friends that like, yo, I gotta tell you about this crazy dream, and it's like a cinematic masterpiece. And I'm thinking like I just go to sleep and I just wake up and that's it. Like nothing happens during that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one of these days I'll dream about space.
Dreams are cool. I feel like I would qualify or what's the word? Constitute myself as an intense dreamer.
Mm-hmm.
I do get those like insanely detailed dreams. A lot of times they are locations that are recurring. Like I end up in schools, like the schools that I went to, my elementary school, my junior high, and my high school, and my college. A lot, like all throughout my life, I've really intense dreams in my schools, and I end up in them all the time. I have a lot of people that like show up in my dreams like all the time, like real life people that I know, that just like are constantly there, which is like sometimes like really is like, oh, whoa, this is so cool to like be hang out with you, and then you wake up and you're not with them, and it's like, okay, that's sad, but it's like I get really intense, very very real interactions, real moments a lot of times. I have had space dreams though, and dreams where I've been in space, been on a ship, been on a space station. I don't know if it was the ISS, but like times where I've actually felt the sensation of being in space and experiencing space from up there.
Yeah.
Couple of them that where I was like, when I woke up, I like felt like it was real, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. Like if that's how this is gonna feel, then I totally want to do it. But I'd say it's only been a few of them. I've had a lot of Starlink observation dreams, like seeing Starlink
That's
in
so
the sky.
crazy, bro.
Like I've had a lot of those, and they're really trippy. And usually they're always like impromptu sightings. Like I'll be like doing something outside and look up, like, oh, there it is. It's not like I'm like out anticipating it. It usually just shows up and happens, which is cool. But I've like I've heard that when you have like really intense dreams, a lot of times like it's because your brain is trying to archive, and it's got a lot, sometimes like too much to process. And it's trying to figure out how to sort through the information from your day and catalog it, which is, I guess, what happens in your REM cycles. So that's what my understanding of it, at least. So I feel like if you are having dreams intense enough to remember, it's possible that you're either overstimulated during the day, or you just kind of have so much going on that your brain is doing its best to catch up, while you're sleeping.
Very interesting. We got a few interesting comments here. I'm gonna read this. This is supposedly apple juice helps you dream better, more, and remember them better when you wake up. But maybe it's hullabaloo.
Ooh, apple juice?
I like apple juice.
Well, apple juice is like a high sugar drink, right? So like, is there something to do with that, or what's the chemical properties that might trigger that?
I'm gonna try it. I'll tell you what. Next episode. Next week, next Monday at 9 p.m. Central, I will have consumed copious amounts of apple juice. I'm gonna write it down every single night, and I'll give you my my observations here. James says, keep a dream journal. Try to write them down as soon as you wake up. It's supposed to help you remember them better. I used to do this, actually, James. I did 2 versions of this. I would write down my dreams on my iPhone, like notes. And then I started doing voice recordings because I couldn't read my handwriting. Like right when you wake up and you're just trying to type, it's atrocious. So it was just a bunch of like words that didn't make sense. And it was really hard for me to recall some of the dreams. However, James, when I was really into learning how to lucid dream, I would have my phone right next to my face, which probably isn't a good thing. But I had the voice memo feature like on speed dial basically. And as soon as I remembered my dream, like when I would wake up, I would just talk to my phone. So I have entries dating back to like 2018 and 2019. And I remember actually going through them recently. And this is basically what it sounds like. It's like, in a forest, and what I remember was this dinosaur, and my mom was there, and we were running. It was just really, really like half, like I'm pretty much still sleeping, but it's crazy because as soon as I start hearing myself retell the story, or when I reread the logs, it takes me right back, and I can just recall it just like that. So you're right. Maybe I should start logging it in more, and maybe that'll help. And I'll add the apple juice to the mix too, and see if that helps.
Mm. Dude, don't you love how like when in dreams sometimes you like you know that you're seeing a person that you know, or you're in a place that you know, but it doesn't look like that place.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't accurate. So like you might know, hey, this is my kindergarten classroom when I was a kid, but it doesn't look anything like it actually does. Your brain constructed this image of it. Comedian Daniel Tosh did a bit forever ago where he talked about this, and he was like, so I was walking through the pool of noodles in my flip-flops, right? And then Tom, you were there, but he didn't look like Tom. And then he's just like doing all these examples of like, dreams sound so cool when they're happening, but then you try to explain them to somebody and they sound absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, they're interesting. It's it just it never makes sense, and I always try to figure out if there's any like meaning behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you ever try to question why you dreamt a certain thing, or why you saw the person that you did?
Oh, absolutely, dude. Well, I've questioned, why am I going to my schools all the time? And the best logical answer I have is that I really loved going to school and I miss it. And they were really highly formative experiences, and that's gone in my life because I'm just an adult. So I think I honestly I yearn for educational structure a lot of times. And I think I just like, that might be the most tangible explanation I've come up with. So I don't know. I had a lot of fun learning.
Dude, I think you need to revisit the school and see if there's any deeper like woo-woo meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you left something there when you were cleaning out your locker during your last day, and I don't know.
Is that? Oh, so that's where I left my $1 million. Oh man, yeah. I don't know. It's well, and like, it's like, why am I dreaming about this person? Like, why is that? Like, what's the significance? Especially if they're like recurring. I see this comment here. Like, I've had 2 recurring dreams since I was a kid. I love talking about dreams. Yeah, I mean, it's
I've
cool.
never had a recurring dream.
It's super cool.
I want that to happen.
Mm. Like some people have those dreams that, like, I don't know where I heard this statistic, but there's a statistic that talks about how one of the most common recurring dreams in people is like having their teeth fall out in their dreams.
What?
Have you ever heard that?
Oh, first time.
Ah, dude,
that's interesting, dude.
I have never experienced that, and apparently it's one of the most common things in dreams, which I find fascinating.
Having your teeth fall out?
And it sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we're both probably going to have that dream tonight.
I know.
Just talking about it. Ah!
No. Yeah, reverse manifestation here. I don't want anything.
No, I claim I don't claim this dream.
Yeah.
I want to dream about spam, boba tea, Messier 31, hot pot.
The boba tea nebula.
The boba tea. The spam cluster. That's so dumb.
Yes. Petition to make this happen. Let's call the International Astronomical Union. Let's tell them they need to add a couple more constellations to the.
Yes.
88 isn't enough. Oh my gosh. Pull up Matthew McConaughey and follow your dreams. That's right. His book Green Lights. I think Green Lights with an S. Is fantastic. And he talks so much about having these really, really lucid and trippy dreams. And he literally went and like chased them. Like weird things happened. I'm not going to describe them because I'll probably it's a little bit more graphic, but he does some like really amazing travels because of his dreams. Literally, it's like, I went to this place in my dream. I'm going to go there in real life. And it was like the Amazon rainforest. It wasn't like I'm going to go to like, New York City or something. It was like some like river in the Amazon, and he just went and did it. And he did it like several times. Really cool. So next time you dream about a place you've been or you haven't been, just go there. See what happens. And then you kick down the door and you go, all right, all right, all right. You just got to keep on living, man. Livin.
I love it. I love it.
That's so bad. Means death, I think. Oh, no.
No, not the D word.
The teeth falling out one? I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Man, I don't know. I need to. Yeah, I think a dream journal might be in order. I gotta start doing that. I've got a couple blank journals sitting around. I'm gonna start that up.
Well, let's do it. Starting now. We'll hold each other accountable. It's
Great.
December 2nd. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep a journal on me and make a like a really hard push to just have it right next to me and have it ready to go. As soon as I wake up, I'm gonna just log something again. So thank you.
Dude, you know what happens to me sometimes is in the middle of the day randomly I will remember a dream that I had possibly years ago, and it will just happen to me like in the middle of some other train of thought or some other thing. I'll just think like, oh man, why did I just remember that weird place that I went to? Was that real? No, that was a dream. I had that dream like 2 years ago, and then I'll remember it, and then moments later I'll remember another dream, a different one. And then I'll remember another one. It's like it's almost like my brain sometimes is like going through the shelves and pulling like books off and like thumbing through it, like no, not that one, not that one. And it's like reading a page of it, and like I'll remember like these domino chain dreams, and they're all separate. And sometimes they'll just happen in spurs. But if I really like focus when that's happening, and I sit there, I'm like, okay, turn everything else off. Like, where is this going? It'll chain to like 3, sometimes 4 dreams, and I'll remember these really obscure moments. It's a weird phenomenon.
What?
Has anyone else ever had that? Or am I just weird?
That's interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I've never had that happen. Ashley says, hang on 1 second. Voice memo is such a good way better than having to write it down after waking up. Yeah, like I'll actually have to post some screenshots of some of these journals because it's one of those things that you guys probably wouldn't understand, but but if I read it, I'll probably know what I was trying to say. But yeah, voice memos is the way to go.
Ooh, same bits and pieces of dreams. I'm
Yeah,
not the only
so
one.
Interesting, huh? Trying to figure out why that happens. That it's I don't know.
I think our brains are there's so much unlocked energy and understanding, or locked up energy. It's untapped. Maybe that's the better word for it. I think that we have yet to understand really what it's capable of. So I think there are so many processes happening in there that we just don't know. So like during the day, if you start remembering bits and pieces of random dreams from years ago, like clearly there's some process happening that you didn't choose to do, and it's filing through old memories that are still trapped in there, which gives me hope that everything I've ever seen, learned, or done is still archived in here. We just literally lose the ability to access it. And I want to know how to get there. Like, how do you draw that path? How do you communicate with those hidden parts of your brain? And then it begs the question, how deep can we go in cataloging, like, and archiving our thoughts, memories, and experiences in our brain? Like, how much storage space? Like, do we have, a terabyte of brain space, or do we have a petabyte of brain space? Do we have a million petabytes? I don't know. Like,
I got a floppy disk somewhere back there.
1.2, what is it? 1.34 megabytes
or kilobytes, maybe. I don't know.
1.8 megabytes. I forgot how much a floppy disk has.
Man. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we should try to find like a hypnotist to come on the show and see if they can unlock our memories.
We need someone a little bit woo-woo.
Yes. Well, it's interesting when you're referring to like the ability to like reach into those really, really old drawers, right? To pull out like an old memory. I personally I feel like my memory has kind of went down the drain over the years. So like my short-term memory, you know, if you were to ask me what I did last Saturday and what I had for dinner, um, I would have to really, really think about it, and there's probably a chance that I just don't even remember. Um, and to just maybe not make like a easier example, even just like the last 3 days, I would really have to sit there and try to like put my thoughts in a place to remember. However, there are certain memories of me being maybe like 3 years old, I think, just a wee little baby, and I can remember these so clear. And some of these memories aren't anything significant. It wasn't like something crazy happened or something that would cause some kind of trauma or you know, for me to be overly excited. They're just really simple memories that I would say don't have much of a significance. However, I can remember it crystal clear. I can literally remember like what it smells like. I can remember being a baby. I can. It's so interesting how that works. So I guess where I'm getting at is I wonder why that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
Why can I remember something when I was a baby, and why can I not? Well, why can't I remember something from like 4 days ago?
Right. You can't remember what you ordered from Taco Bell 4 days ago. Right.
Yeah, like is someone picking and choosing in here, or is it just like what is the file system doing, and like how is it working? You know?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Someone smarter than us knows a lot more, I'm sure. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, this is interesting. We got tons of good comments here.
I see somebody, Sacred Dreamer Medium. Do you have answers? You sound like you know answers.
Sacred Dreamer Medium. What are the chances? Do we just popped in here?
Yeah.
It's woo-woo.
How did you find us? Did you did we pop up in your feed because we were talking about dreams?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's actually super funny.
You have repetitive dreams that each time I get further in the dream. That's cool. I've always wanted to do that.
Yo, so you're like playing out a story and you're getting further along the plot here.
Like picking up where you left off.
Yeah. See, one of my friends had that, and I thought it was so fascinating because I've never been able to have that experience. So interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I just all I can say is I hope that I have a really interesting dream tonight. That's my goal.
Drink some apple juice.
I don't have any. I got orange juice. Does that work?
Okay. Sure, why not?
Now I'm going to have weird dreams. It's going to be it's like the wrong stuff.
You know what? I think us like consciously and actively just thinking about wanting to have a dream might be enough to, you know, push us in the right direction.
She said, I told him I'd go live with him sometime and do free readings. Dude, yeah.
Oh, over from TikTok. No way. Okay, that's so cool. Man.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to set that up. That's so funny. I'm so happy you popped in here. Like, what perfect timing.
Orange juice is the wrong hullabaloo. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I'll probably end up like being wired and staying awake the whole night. Goodness. Oh man. Well, I think it's maybe a good time to transition from dreams to real dreams, man. Should we call it a night here?
I'm ready. I'm ready to catch some Z's, drink that orange juice, and hopefully have one of the coolest experiences tonight.
Yes.
And I'll let you guys know about it because I will log it starting now. I am going to start logging this, and I'm actually really excited. I'm really excited to see how much it will improve my dream recollection.
There you go. There you go. Yes. Cool. Well, everybody who's been tuning in with us live, no matter what platform you're on, we're grateful that you guys hung out with us tonight. We do come back here every Monday night, 9 p.m. Central Time in the U.S., and you can find them on the same ways that you came, whatever platform you're on. Do you want to make you guys aware of something new and exciting that has kind of happened? And I've been kind of pushing this a little bit more the past few weeks, but, of course, we want to make sure that the podcast gets push to as many people as we possibly can. So here are the ways that you can support the Galactic Window Space Podcast. So I'm going to roll this here real quick. What you can do is, number one, you can engage. And that's kind of the typical, YouTube stuff. Like, comment on the video. I always love to encourage people to comment something that you learned from that episode on the video. That's so appreciated. Watch replays of episodes you missed and share it with people who you think might enjoy the podcast. Also, number two, you can support us by giving us supers on YouTube, which are basically like, those like donations. And this is financial, so you don't have to do it by any means. But if that's the way you like to support things and creators that you like, we would appreciate those if you would like. Also, we have a new option, which is called joining. And if you're on YouTube, you can find that join button right under the video. And basically, it's a membership. So you can subscribe for bonuses and features that you get as perks. And you're also, in turn, supporting the podcast financially. So that is not required at all, just an option, so you guys are aware. And all of the ways that you guys support us through supers or through memberships, you will... this will go directly to making the podcast happen. So we use StreamYard. We pay for this service to broadcast every week. So we'll be funding that, funding our gear to help our podcast become better quality, maybe traveling or getting guests on the show that require fees to bring on the show. Those are ways that your money would be used to support us. So we're grateful for anyone who chooses to do that. So just want to make sure you guys know there are different avenues. So if you're enjoying our show, you can help keep us alive a little bit longer.
Yes. What a plug, dude. That was awesome. I want to give a shout out to everyone over on the other platform, on the Talk. I apologize if I didn't see your comments over there. We're kind of doing this. We're kind of testing this out where we're streaming a stream. So if you guys are over there, please join us next time. Just come over here. I saw that Travis here, one of the homies from Talk, came over here. So thank you so much for your support over here, my friend. But yeah, we do this every Monday night, 9 p.m. Central. So if you guys want to come hang out, if you want to watch one of our replays, all of those things would be the best way to support the astronomy podcast here.
Mm-hmm. And I should probably share, because I this is the first time we've announced the memberships. Okay. This will you would basically be subscribing to the Orbital Alliance channel here on YouTube. But here's what some of the perks that you get. There's two tiers that you can choose right now. We'll probably add more as time goes on, but we're starting simple. There is a lower tier that we're calling the Launch Pad, which is like your entry level, and you get an icon next to your name in the live chat that says not only that you are a member, but it also has a different color for how long you've been a member, which is cool. You get access to special emojis in the chat, which is always fun. So if you're here every week and you engage, you'll get to use special emojis. You also get special features like access to member-only videos on the channel. So if we're going to be posting any sort of updates about the podcast, you'll be knowing what those updates are first through special videos. Additional perks in the higher tiers include the possibility of being on the Galactic Window. Yes. Yeah, you heard me right.
This could be you.
Right? Now, it doesn't mean you'll be a guest, but there will be times where we want to bring our audience and people like you into the show, like playing games or having the chance to ask guests questions face to face. Like if we have an astronaut on the show, like there might be a time where you get to come on and ask the question yourself. You don't like just take a gamble by putting it in the chat and hoping we pull up your question. Like you get to be like, hey, what's up, dude? Like, what's it like going to space? And you might get that answer yourself, and they get to meet you for a brief second. So those are ways we're wanting to encourage you guys to support the channel, because there's some pretty cool perks coming in there. And those will evolve and change over time. And it's likely that perks like that one, where you get to be on the show, will likely end up in a higher tier in the future. So this is kind of one of those times where it's like, if you're an early adopter, you're getting to do it for a better price, like right now. So just keep that in mind. So don't miss your chance.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Man. Cool. Well, so next week, December 9th, we'll be back here live streaming with another show. We're continuing to kind of iron out the end of the year. We do have some guests lined up, but we're working on that, and it will be just as fun as November, in my opinion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wrapping up the year, man. That's crazy. It's, wow, we've got, how many more episodes did you say?
So we have 4 more. The 9th, the 16th, the 23rd and the 30th, I think.
And then we're done for the year. Wow. Okay, cool. Man, what a trip.
Right?
What a trip.
Yeah. Sacred Dreamer Medium, thank you so much for the follow over there on TikTok. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you learned something, leave a comment on the video. And, of course, we'll be back here next week. Love you all. Have a wonderful top of the December. Stay warm. And we will see you all on the other side.